Live from the Heartland, I'm Steve Gruber, and it's time to climb aboard the truth train as it rolls down the tracks, rolling over the indefensible lies of socialism, communism, and the idea that America's a bad place. America is the greatest nation in history. I will fight to defend her each and every day. Welcome aboard. Hope you have a ticket. Here are three big things you need to know right now. Number one, it is Free for All Friday, and today we are going to review not only the dumbest thing I heard all week, but the strangest thing I heard all week, too. I'll bet you can guess what that is. Number two, another foreign policy failure for the Biden administration as Vladimir Putin is teaming up with China and snubbing any further nuclear arms discussions. We'll get to that. And number three, from Ohio to Ukraine to the southern border, the failures of this administration are truly shocking in size and scope. I say once again, the priorities of this country are totally out of whack. And this administration is out of its league every single day, it seems. It's been 3 weeks now since the catastrophic train wreck in East Palestine, Ohio, that resulted in a massive chemical fire that caused fish in the streams to die, plus dogs, cats, and chickens, who knows whatever else. All died over the following days, according to the people that live there. Many also say they've had rashes, headaches, and been sick to their stomachs, but those from the state and federal government keep insisting all is well. You know, like Kevin Bacon in Animal House. All is well. Everyone remain calm. Yeah. President Trump came to show his support Wednesday, bringing thousands of bottles of water and food, too. He was received like a man of the people. President Joe Biden hasn't been there at all, and there's no plan for him to come either. But he really, really cares about what's going on in the people that are affected. Really, really, really. Will he ever bother to go? Well, let's find out. Listen.
Peter.
Can I just ask you again, following up on East Palestine, can you at least, I know you can't say that the president has plans to go there now, but is it in discussion that the president may go there in the near future?
I just don't have anything to share. I know there's a lot of interest on that.
I mean, I guess the question, for folks there, though, at least to say it's in discussion, has it been something that's even under consideration?
I mean, I think what folks should understand and what folks should, I think, feel at ease is that the president has taken this very seriously.
Yes, he really takes it seriously. The person getting hammered more than President Trump for not showing up at the rail disaster is Transportation Secretary Mayor Pete Buttigieg, who didn't even acknowledge the massive environment calamity for days and days. Mayor Pierre, well, he gave a predictable garbage answer on why he was a no-show for 3 weeks when he finally showed up yesterday. He should resign. Leaders lead. They don't pawn off crap answers like this. Listen.
Was it a mistake not to come here sooner?
You know, what I tried to do was balance two things. My desire to be involved and engaged and on the ground, which is how I am generally wired to act, and my desire to follow the norm of transportation secretaries, allowing NTSB to really lead the initial stages of the public-facing work.
He is so wired. He's so wired to be there on the ground with his sleeves rolled up and working hard. He showed up in dress boots. We'll get to that in a moment. And what he just said there doesn't line up with what Mayor Pierre said when he was caught on the street during date night a couple of days earlier. He said he'd answered enough questions. This was on Tuesday night of this week. A reminder, listen.
Secretary, what do you have to say? Hi, how are you? Good. Jenny's here at the Daily Caller News Foundation. What do you have to say to the folks in Ohio, East Palestine, who are suffering right now?
Well, I'd refer you to about a dozen interviews I've given today, and if you'd like to arrange a conversation, the press office, but I can have that conversation with you. Just walk down the street.
You don't have a message for them?
I do, and I shared it with the press many times today. I'd refer you to those comments.
Would you mind sharing it with us?
No, I'm going to refer you to the comments that I made to the press because right now I'm taking some personal time and I'm walking down the street.
Are you going down there?
What's that?
Are you going down there at all?
Yeah, I am.
When are you going?
I'll share that when I'm ready.
Okay, thank you.
Can I get a photo of you?
Yeah.
Can I get a photo of you? The administration seems unable to get the narrative under control. And once again, there is an out-of-control grass fire burning through the West Wing in the PR department. They just can't seem to figure this one out. The questions about why Joe Biden has ignored East Palestine were coming from all directions. KJP kept trying to field them, but she really has no answer at all because there is no answer. Listen to this.
Two questions. First of all, the president frequently visits the sites of many natural and man-made disasters. And this situation in East Palestine has clearly required a multi-agency response from the federal and the state level. So I guess I'm just struggling to understand why the president wouldn't go to East Palestine. Does it simply not meet the bar for a presidential visit?
Look, I want to be very clear here. There's no reason to struggle, I don't think, on this question. I think when you look at how the federal agencies have responded from day one and took this very seriously.
Sounds like a damn chipmunk. Well, for the residents of forgotten America, they know they're getting screwed, and now that Mayor Pierre finally showed up, they're not impressed with his excuses or what he had to say, not to mention, like I said, he showed up in fancy dress boots. Do you know why? Why did Pete show up in fancy dress boots? That's right, sir. That's right. Because Pete Buttigieg doesn't own any actual work boots. He doesn't own a pair of Carhartts. He's probably never driven a pickup truck in his life. Think about that. The Secretary of Transportation has never gotten his hands dirty changing a spark plug or changing his own oil or changing a tire. After all, that's for the peasants. Not for the dignified and important people like himself. And the people out in the boondocks know exactly how they feel about it. That's right. Residents of East Palestine say Mayor Pierre has already waited too long to do much good at all. Listen.
Secretary Pete Buttigieg, the transportation secretary, is going to go to East Palestine today, weeks after this happened, and he's conceded, look, it's, lesson learned, should have gone earlier. What can he do on the ground today that would actually help you guys?
I think that for a lot of people, it's a little, no matter what happens right now, it's going to seem very late on the federal response. This happened on the 3rd of February, so I think he's just going to have to really dig deep and find the right words to soothe people's minds.
The only thing he dug deep was the hole he's already in, because while the whole narrative was getting deep-sixed by the locals, by the townies, Mayor Pierre kept trying to answer the simple questions. He was having no luck at all, because really there's not an acceptable answer for any of this behavior. Listen.
Was it a mistake not to come here sooner?
What I tried to do was balance two things. My desire to be involved and engaged and on the ground, which is how I am generally wired to act, and my desire to follow the norm of transportation secretaries, allowing NTSB to really lead the initial stages of the public-facing work.
It just doesn't fly, does it? It just doesn't fly at all. That's right. We're going to get back to Mayor Pierre Buttigieg in his shiny, fancy dress boots. Not suited for anything outside of concrete, of course, and the streets of Washington, because, again, this guy's never worked a day in his life. Ever. And that's why he doesn't connect with the people of East Palestine that have worked every day of their lives almost. He doesn't connect with working people. He's an elitist and a globalist. We're going to take a break. I'm going to keep hammering on little Mayor Pierre after the break, so don't go anywhere. It's the Steve Gruber Show. Enjoy.